Hi everyone and welcome to my guide on how to create Omnimovers in Theme Park Tycoon 2. Let's get into this. So, what you're going to need for this tutorial is obviously your dark ride. You're going to need the legacy dark ride. You'll also need a timer. If you don't know how to build a timer, please go watch my previous video on timers in Sequencing 101. So, what you're going to want to start with is the back room, where you're going to place your ride stations and all that. This is going to be all hidden off when you build it, so I will show you mine real quick. So this is my back room, and obviously you can see the cars are lined up, they're ready to go, and when it's time they'll depart all at the same time. Now it's time to actually make the ride. So what you want to do is you've got your three groups here. So let's make a simple track, shall we? I don't know. We'll go like this. No. We'll do a very simple track. So we'll use the middle one first. We'll snap it to the grid over here. Put a little station. Go round the corner, and then go this way. Up this hall, this way, and we'll do that for now. Then we will, with this one here, you're going to want to slow it down first before it obviously meets the other one. It might be better to do it on the closer one, so let's go on the closer one first. Let's have a look. Obviously speed control, slow it all the way down, put that to 250. And then, if you want more gap, just like add a couple of curves in the back room. It does help sometimes. I mean, I've used it on mine. So connect that to the grid. Obviously, follow the path that you put down before. This is important, because otherwise it's not gonna work. Just like so, and then the last one. I should really speed this one up. Another important thing is, don't make your rides different speeds. So if they're going at 25% in the station, make sure they're all going 25% in the station. So I'm going to put this down like that. And obviously when they get to the end here, make a small piece, or whatever you want to speed up again. Say I want them at 250. Don't fully whack it up here, because obviously it doesn't look right. So do like, I don't know, 50 acceleration, 50 decel. And then hopefully, let me put it on this one as well. So I'll put it to 100. And then when you do this, you need to synchronize them. I'm only going to show you the short version. You can add a third one if you want, it's the same method. Let me actually put this in. Just give it a random number. That I've done. Where is this? Here it is. When you do this, it should separate them out. So this one can go first. Obviously, depending on what type of gap you want, you change the speed. I mean, I've got a pretty fair gap there. But the idea is you want it to go all the way around without, obviously, gaps in between the ride groups. So if the gap's too big, all you have to do is come over here and edit the speed. So that's on 25. I'm gonna rack it up to 75, and then I'm going to change it here back to 25. By the way, no one's actually going to be able to see this area, so it doesn't matter how messy it is back here. All that matters is that let me reset this. All that matters back here is that it functions. Obviously, I'll show you mine after this. So what should happen now is that ride vehicle goes ahead, slows down the station, you hop on, this one comes in behind, and then you've got the Omnimover running. A lot of my dark ride is like very enclosed, but there is one section over here where it has two cars in the same section. Obviously it slows down so they don't meet, and that's the important bit here, keeping them actually apart during the ride. So obviously when you edit the speed of one track, you need to edit the speed of the others. So say you've switched this area, so there's actually a piece down here which is setting them to 50% speed. You need to set the other dark rides to 50% speed at the same acceleration and deceleration. So obviously make sure they don't meet by accident. And when creating the end, obviously the offload, you need to make sure that the ride vehicles come back to 25% at the same time. So obviously when they're coming in, set it to 25, same acceleration, deceleration, and then people can get off, and then it goes back into your back room here. It doesn't matter if this is messy or not, just make sure it's like set to 250, just so the ride vehicles can actually make their way back to the beginning, ready to go again. So once you have made your full layout now, obviously with how many dark rides you want, what you're going to want to do now is time it. So this is where the timer down here comes in use. Now I've got mine set to 45% speed, which gives us 40 seconds per set. So a set is like 3 trains here. So obviously they get spaced out. They go. Oh, let me get rid of that. Oh, they get spaced out. It starts going round. Obviously, there's other sets round here, going through the scenes, and it makes sure that there is cars left there ready to go. Now, once you've got your set distance, you can then determine what you need to set your car's distance at. So mine is set to let's have a look. Like one being out here, and then one being in the middle. That's kinda what you want, depending on how big your ride is. Omnimovers shouldn't be too big due to how many cars you can actually fit on the track. So obviously I've run 3 dark rides on this, it only runs 15 cars. And obviously the ride's quite big. So 15 cars need to be spaced out to obviously counter that. So when you're doing this, all you've got to do, work out how big your distance is between your cars, and then make sure that there's 3 cars back in the station ready to go, to obviously fill in the gap behind the first and second set. Now I do say this one got a bit technical, but you should be able to make an Omnimover with that. You should. So I would like to thank you guys for watching, as always. If you guys have any more sequencing or like ride stuff like this you want us to explain or do, please leave a comment under this video. And if you've got any questions about it, obviously leave a comment as well, and I will get to it as soon as I can. Obviously this is a bit more of a difficult subject, so it might take a little bit of time. Obviously mine took ages to get right. It's all like in this little building here. Obviously it took me about, I don't know, a couple of hours to get the timing right. Obviously my main tips for this: put the track down first, make sure everything's the same on all dark rides, and then start tweaking it until you get like the right spacing and the right timings for like dispatching and all that, and it should work. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.